Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ric Blackwell. Federal agents paid visits to several NFL teams yesterday to talk with team doctors about painkillers. One of the teams questioned the San Francisco 49ers after their game against the New York Giants. A team spokesman says DEA agents asked about this.
Controlled substances. He's our team physician. He said no, and that was it.
The DEA agents apparently had similar questions for officials with the Seattle Seahawks and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The surprise visits have been spurred, at least in part, by allegations in a lawsuit against the NFL of rampant painkiller abuse by teams. The NFL says the teams cooperated and no irregularities were found. A doctor with Ebola rushed to the University of Nebraska over the weekend for treatment has died. The hospital, in a statement this morning, says Dr. Martin Salia passed away as a result of the advanced symptoms of the disease. He contracted Ebola in Sierra Leone. Dr. Salia was born there but was a U.S. resident living in Maryland with his family. The 44-year-old is the second person to die in an American hospital of Ebola. The death toll in West Africa is well over 5,000. It's now official. The Pope will be heading to America. Philadelphia's Archbishop confirming the pontiff's visit next fall. This will be the first trip to the United States for Pope Francis since being elevated last year. He's expected to attend the World Meeting of Families in Philly, which could draw 1 million people. Last week, the Vatican's top official at the UN said if the Pope visits Philadelphia, he's also going to head to New York. Facing a deadline just a week away for a deal on Iran's nuclear program, Secretary of State John Kerry is headed for more talks. After a stop today in London to meet with European officials, Kerry will be in Vienna tomorrow for the next round of nuclear talks with Iran. The deadline for a deal is next Monday. Meanwhile, Israel's prime minister is telling the White House Iran can't be trusted.
This is not a friend, neither in the battle against ISIS nor in the the great effort that should be made to deprive him the capacity to make nuclear weapons. Don't fall for Iran's ruse. They are not your friend.
Prime Minister Netanyahu says Israel is America's true ally in the fight against ISIS and in the town and the fight for the Syrian town of Kobani. The besieged town has been shaken this morning by a series of strong explosions as the U.S.-led coalition launches more airstrikes against ISIS. Kobani has been at the center of a fierce fight for 2 months now, with Kurdish defenders backed by American airstrikes holding off ISIS attackers. Drug hounds from the federal government looking for various drugs at airports across the United States. We'll have much more on that right here on Newsmax TV. I'm Ric Blackwell.